Meeting is being recorded.
Ta-da! All right. It's warm over here. All right. Settle in. Start to kind of wiggle around a little bit. Get situated in your own space. I've already kind of set the Reiki intention for this practice today to help us just with our intentions for the supermoon tomorrow. You can read much more about it that has more details than I will be able to give you today. But always full moons are always about kind of looking at what has come up over, and for this one, basically like the last couple of months for the majority of it, but the whole year. There's a lot of talk about moving from the snake year, which we're in, that shedding and releasing, into the year of the horse. And I listened to somebody earlier that kind of put it in a little bit more perspective. And the way she said it, I really liked. She said, basically, what are you carrying into the new year? What do you want this energy to be? Because if you're coming from a place of scarcity, you're coming from a place of anger, you're coming from a place of lack, that's what your horse is going to run with in January and into the new year. And that kind of stopped me. And I was like, whoa, because that's most definitely been me with all of the chaos just going on, going out and about. It's people are stressed. I see it in kids. Kids are stressed because their parents are stressed. It's a very stressful time of year for most of us as well, too, just because of December and the holidays and everything kind of going on with that. So that is something to keep in mind, especially when you have chaotic days. And she was talking a lot about your perspective on things. So kind of how can you change your perspective? Yes, you may be going through this bullshit. It's not fun, but how can you change your perspective in the times that you can? Not saying that you can't have emotions, you can't have those negative emotions. We all do. Whether you're spiritual or not, we're humans, and humans have the full range of emotions, sometimes in the same 10 minutes. So, like, be graceful with yourself when it comes to that. But picking an intention can also be part of, kind of moving into that new year of what do you want to bring in. We pretty much have been straight in your face been told of what to be released at this point. If there's any questions, this month will continue to show it to you. And then after that, same thing, like how are you going to start your new year? Those that know me, I do not like New Year's resolutions. I don't think people follow them. I did for a couple of years pick a word of the year, and I no longer do that either. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm probably going to do just like the normal intentions that I set, kind of on a weekly basis, sometimes a daily basis, sometimes a monthly basis, just kind of depending on what is going on in life. But for this moon, like I said, it is this whole time has really been showing us, what we lack, what we need to release, what we need to pay attention to. Maybe things we want to change, maybe things we want to keep more of, all of those things. So coming into that new year, or maybe into your practice today, you pull some of that, or just open up. That is what my Reiki intention is today, is to clarify, to help you be clear and be able to make a choice or change your perspective from that standpoint, from a very clear, strong place. So choose your own intention. You can always change that Reiki energy to whatever it is that you need. Maybe you've had a headache this week. Maybe something else is physically not feeling really great. Send it there. Reiki is always going to do what you need the most. So just take a few moments and settle in. Let your shoulders relax, kind of release some of that tension. Try not to squeeze or tense or tighten anywhere. And just spend a few moments just breathing, relaxing into your space, relaxing into your body. Breathe in that clarity. Breathe out the day. And then bring in your own intention or use anything that I've already spoken about, whatever feels right for you in this moment. And then find your breath this evening. Let your breath match your movements. This is a very soft, gentle flow class. I'm going to throw in a couple of different options for stretchy, or maybe you just want to feel a little bit more in your body today. So let your breath match that energy. Beautiful. And for this first part, you can keep your eyes closed and just follow my voice and what I'm asking you to do, or you can open your eyes and look at me. We're going to start with our hands in prayer. Reaffirm that intention that you have for today's practice. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale, breathe it out. As you breathe in, reach those fingertips all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, open, bending the elbows, opening the palms into cactus pose. Cactus pose, seated cat cow. So take a slow, deep breath in. As you breathe in, begin to send the arms back towards the back of your mat. Lift through the chest. Pause here for a full breath. Breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to bring the forearms together and start to round. Maybe you pull the elbows into the belly and take a big rounding here. Think cat pose. And then move with your breath. Inhale to open up. Heart opening. Exhale, round, bring the forearms together. 3 more of those at your own pace. You get to set the tone for your practice. You finish that last rounding. Sit up nice and tall as you breathe in. Bring hands to heart center. Lift up nice and tall. Settle into the lower part of your body. Once again, on your next breath in, reach those fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, open up to cactus. Adding a little twist. So sit up nice and tall, elbows in line with the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Breathe in. As you breathe out, twist over to the right. Breathe in, come back to center. Exhale over to the left. 3 more times, same thing at your own pace. Exhale on your twist. Inhale to come back to center. Beautiful. Come back to hands at heart center. Just take a full breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. And then make your way in to tabletop position, all fours. Take any movements along the way here that just feels good as you get into your body. And then start to rock the shoulders side to side or in circles. Maybe you go all the way over to the right, all the way over to the left to help warm up the shoulders and the arms here. Then, as we talked about clarity and just being open to what we need to set our full moon, last super moon of the year, Let's come into puppy pose. So start to bring those knees underneath the hips. Gently press the tops of the feet and the shins into the ground. Walk the forearms down to the mat, forehead down, or maybe you begin to straighten the arms. Bring the forehead all the way down. 4 full breaths here. As you inhale, lift the head, begin to bring your belly down as we come into Sphinx pose. Readjust however you need to for your body. Tuck the chin in slightly and find that long line from the very crown of our head down to the base of the spine. 4 breaths here. Maybe you breathe in through the crown of your head and send energy through each and every chakra. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift the elbows, send them to the sides, come down into crocodile pose. Lift the feet, maybe widen the knees. Just take a moment and rock the feet from left to right. Release the feet down to your mat. Bring the hands next to your chest. And as we take our next breath in, come into cobra. Breathe and peel the chest, the heart off of your mat. Lift the chin up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable for your body. And as you breathe out, sink the hips all the way to the back of your mat. Find your child's pose. Stay here or find that movement of inhaling into cobra. Exhale into child's pose. Two more breaths wherever you are. And you slowly make your way back to tabletop position. Maybe you already feel it in the wrist, so you give them another few swirls on each side. On, we'll come up to mountain pose. So we'll do a little flow there. So begin to curl your toes. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, step, hop, or jump the feet forward and find your forward fold. Slowly bend the knees and peel the head, the upper body up to standing. Beautiful. Find any movement or readjustments here and make your way to hands at heart center. Reaffirm your intention for your practice. Let everything else fade away. Let this time be for you. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale, release it out. Just flowing back to that forward fold. So as you take your next inhale, bend the knees, drop the hands, and then sweep the arms up. Reach up nice and tall. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, float the head down towards the ground. Pause here. Maybe you're just relaxing, you're bending the knees, maybe you're holding on opposite hands on opposite elbows, maybe fingertips come to the ground and you pedal out the backs of the legs. On your next inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release. Let the head fall back down, pointing towards the earth. Soften the knees. Inhale, push through the feet. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Shift your weight into your left foot and lift the right. Option to just hold it here, lifting the knee or keeping the toes on the ground. Option to take that right ankle in front of that left thigh and sink the hips down, figure four pose. Inhale, begin to straighten. Take that right foot and bring it behind the left over to the left side of your mat, and then reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Maybe you stay here just reaching, pulling up with everything, the top of your head, the hands. You're finding your balance here. Maybe you take the right hand and lean slightly over towards the left side of your mat. Beautiful. Inhale, lift back. Exhale, release. Step the feet together. Bring hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, find your fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step the feet back into our downward facing dog and pause here. Lift the hips up and back, pedal it out, listening to your body. And then option to lower the knees down to the floor or take that three-legged dog as you inhale, right leg goes up high. Exhale, step it forward and through to the top of the mat, lowering that left knee down, staying in our low lunge here. Maybe you find that rock that we all love. Exhale into your half split, inhale into your lunge, or maybe you're just pausing here, letting the hips stretch a little today. And then option to inhale, begin to lift the chest. Maybe hands come to heart center. Maybe they reach up towards the sky. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathe in on your exhale, hands come down, make your way back into that downward facing dog. Pause for a breath. And then on your next inhale, step, hop, or jump your feet forward. Exhale into your fold. Inhale your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, root to rise. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a full breath. And then switching it over. So shifting the weight into your right foot, lift the left. However it feels comfortable for you. Maybe you take that left ankle across the right thigh and you bend the right knee, sinking the hips down and back. On your inhale, begin to straighten. Exhale, take that left leg behind the right and inhale, maybe reach your arms up towards the sky. Same option here. You can grab hold of that left hand, reach up and lean over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, step into your mountain pose. Inhale, hands to heart center, ready for our low lunge on the other side. Inhale, begin to reach the arms up. Exhale, find your fold. Inhale your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step your feet back into that downward facing dog and pause. Same option here. You can ground through that right foot and lift the left leg in three-legged dog, or come down into tabletop position and bring that left leg forward. Low lunge. Same option to rock the hips forward and back, or pause here, just stretching through the hips. And then come back into your low lunge. Begin to inhale, lift up. Maybe you're here with hands on top of the thigh. Maybe hands are at heart center. Maybe reach for the ceiling. Inhale in. Exhale, release, downward facing dog, to come all the way back up to our mountain pose. So pause for a breath. Inhale, step, hop, or jump. Exhale into your fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full breath. Breathe it in. Release it out. Adding on to our flow this time. So same thing, shifting our weight into our left foot, lifting the right. Maybe you take that right ankle across the thigh and exhale, sink the hips down. Just a breath here. Breathe it in. Release it out. Inhale, begin to straighten. Option to exhale into warrior three. Find your balance. Beautiful. And then bend that left knee, drop the hands, step back into your downward facing dog, or maybe add a chaturanga here. Pausing here to come into our low lunge. So ground through that left foot, inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, step it up and through. This time we're sweeping it up. So inhale, reach the arms up. Back the hips up just slightly, because as we take our next exhale, we're going to twist and open to the right. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take that half split stretch. So reach fingertips down to the ground. Toes lift. Beautiful. And then begin to press the toes and the feet back to the earth. Take the left foot and point it towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Now opening the chest to the left side of our mat. Modified side angle pose. So go ahead and put that right forearm onto that right thigh, palm pressed up. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, lean up and forward towards the top of your mat. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. Taking a flow or meeting us in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step, hop, or jump. Exhale into your fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, full breath. Breathe it in, release it out. And then begin to shift your weight in to your right foot, lift your left. What does this need to look like for you and your body? Maybe you cross the left ankle and exhale, sink the hips down and back. Just a full breath. Breathe it in. Release it out. Inhale, come back to stand. Exhale, maybe you take it to warrior three. From here, drop the hands, bend that right knee, step the feet back, take a vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Coming into that low lunge on the left side. So ground through that right foot. Inhale the left leg up high. Exhale, step it up and through. Find your low lunge. And then when you're ready, sweep the arms up. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Inhale, send the hips back just a little. As you exhale, open up to your twist to the left. Inhale in. Exhale, release. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take that half split stretch on the left side. And inhale, press the left foot to the ground, turn the right toes to the right, begin to lift up, now facing the chest in our modified warrior two to come into our side angle on the left side. So left palm up to the sky, right arm reaches up high. Breathe in, exhale, lean up and over to the top of your mat. Breathe and lift back to center. Exhale, release. Hands down, tabletop position to find any movement or wiggles or stretches here that just feel good. Beautiful. And then making our way back to that forward fold. So plant the palms, curl the toes, inhale, lift the knees up and back. Exhale, breathe in your downward facing dog. Soften the knees on your inhale, step, hop or jump the feet forward. Exhale into your fold and release and relax here. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Root to rise, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full breath, breathe it in, release it out. This time we're gonna shift our weight into our left foot. We're gonna step the right foot forward and turn our left heel in. We're gonna inhale, reach those arms back up towards the moon, and exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring the forehead down. Maybe fingertips come to that right leg. Maybe they come to the ground for our pyramid pose. Soften both knees. And then step the feet together, come into your fold. Always an option to add a vinyasa here or just relax into your forward fold. Last little flow on the left side. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Reach your rise. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your mountain pose for that full breath. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Good job. Breathe in, switch over, shifting the weight in to our right. But this time stepping that left foot forward and then turning the right heels in. Inhale, lift the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, find your pyramid pose. So hinge at the hips. Keep the legs straight here. Just find what your body needs. And soften the knees, plant the hands, step those feet all the way back into plank pose or downward dog. You can meet us in tabletop position or take your last vinyasa here. Tabletop position. Maybe you add a child's pose, or maybe your body just needs to move today. So you come into a few cat cows or wiggle in any way that allows your body to feel good today. And then begin to walk the legs together. Swing the feet to one side, come all the way back to that comfortable seated position, and just take a moment and just notice how you feel here. Maybe start to circle the neck a few times, move through the shoulders. And then before we come down onto our backs, we're going to come back to the moves that we did at the very beginning of our practice. So sitting in a comfortable position, top of the head reaching for the sky, hands at heart center. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, open the arms, bending the elbows into cactus pose. Breathe in, begin to lift through the chest. Send the elbows back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, begin to round and curl. Bring the forearms together. 3 more of these. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, straighten the spine. Bring hands to heart center. Last time to bring that intention back into focus. And then release, coming all the way down onto your back. Finding any movement when you arrive here. And then a lot easier figure 4 stretch, not standing, laying on our backs. So bring that right ankle, cross it over that left thigh. Always an option to stay here or lift that right shin in towards the chest. Maybe you extend that left foot up towards the sky. Then breathing in. As you breathe out, release. Take that right leg and cross it all the way over the left. Maybe you just rock a little here, kind of massaging the lower back, still getting a little bit of a hip movement, a hip stretch here, or maybe you pull the knees in towards the chest, holding on to the shins, the feet, the big toes. And breathe in as you breathe out. Release and unravel. Just relax for a breath or two or find any movement. And switch it over to the opposite side. So take that left ankle, cross it over the right thigh. Same option, stay here or pull that left shin in towards the chest, maybe extending the right foot up towards the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, release. Crossing that left leg all the way over the right. Same option. Stay here. Maybe rock the knees from side to side or inhale, pull the legs in towards the chest. Relax the toes here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, release. Same thing. Find a little movement here. And then just begin to wiggle and find any stretches that feel comfortable before we come into our final pose. Beginning to make your way into that most comfortable position that just feels good today. Allows you to feel supported, comfortable, and safe. And as you arrive there, just settle in, just like we did for our practice today. Closing your eyes. Maybe you're giving this Shavasana that we're about to take your reset for the rest of your week. So take that slow, deep breath in. Exhale, release it all out. Now begin to let your breath relax as well as your body, as your mind. Give yourself a break from setting intentions or thinking about to-do lists or anything else, and just let your thoughts fade into the background as you just breathe and relax. Allowing Reiki energy to flow around you, or whatever other energy that you want more of. Maybe you need more love. Maybe you need more support. Maybe you just have sparkles floating all around you. Whatever it is, allow it. And feel it begin to relax your body, starting at your toes. Gently moving into the feet. Maybe it's cleansing. Maybe it's warm or cool, or maybe it just feels good. Allow your feet to relax. Let it move up the body through the ankles, the shins, the calves. the knees, the thighs, as it fills the lower body up with healing, with sparkles, allowing your legs to just relax. Moving now in to your hips, gently circling around the front of your pelvis, and then to the lower back. Allowing this feeling, this sensation to slowly begin to spiral up across the belly to the middle of the back. Rising up across the rib cage, reaching the shoulder blades, and then the chest, allowing your chest and belly to feel lighter and relaxed. Moving up, wrapping around the shoulders, releasing anything you no longer want here. Releasing anything that you're holding on to that adds that weight. Feel your shoulders lighten and relax. Keeping that slow spiral, let it gently travel down the arms. Down to the elbows, forearms. The wrists and the hands. And then feel that swirling, gently rise back up to the back of the neck. Moving to the throat. Slowly begin to swirl upwards, further and further. Moving around your jaw and the back of the skull. Releasing any tension, any tightness, any baggage that no longer serves you. Moving to the cheek, the back of the head, the eyes, the temples, until it reaches the very crown. And then you feel that sensation leave, rising up out of your crown. Maybe it rises up to the heavens. Maybe it connects to God or whatever your beliefs take you. And allow yourself for just a few moments to relax. Maybe you feel that divine presence coming back down in and filling you up with peace, lightness, healing, love. And then imagine that you're looking down at your physical body. And imagine that you begin to glow. And you can see it. Light shining through your skin. And you realize and know that that is your true self. That is your divine self. That is your light. And it's always there. And you come back to yourself, to your physical body, and begin to find soft, gentle wiggles with the hands, the feet, giving yourself permission to still feel good. And then beginning to add and find any movement, wiggles, or stretches that just feel good for you and your body. And then rolling over to one side, bending your knees, take a breath or two here. Before letting yourself rise back to a comfortable position to notice how you feel. Choosing what thoughts come back into your mind now that your energy has been cleared and feels great. Choosing your perspective for as long as you can. Bring your hands in any comfortable position that just feels right this evening as we take our last breath of our practice. And from my heart to yours, know without a doubt in your mind that you are divine and amazing. Know that that makes you perfect just the way that you are. Know that you are worthy, and know that you are enough. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale, release it out. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you feel absolutely amazing. Namaste.
Namaste. I do feel amazing. I needed that.
Ooh, me too.